All right, we are going to look at a word problem for parabolas. All right, so a cross section of a design for a travel-sized solar fire starter is shown in figure 13. The sun rays, that's this one. The sun rays reflect off the parabolic mirror toward the object attached to the igniter. Because the igniter is located at the focus of the parabola, the reflected rays cause the object to burn in just seconds. So here's kind of a picture. Light comes in, hits the focus. Okay. So we are trying to figure out the equation for the parabola. That's A. So we're going to assume that the vertex is at the origin, because again, that's the easiest way to do it when you're doing word problems. Words escaping me. Okay, yes. When you're doing word problems, if you can assume that the vertex or the center, depending on the shape that you're dealing with, is at the center, or is at the origin, sorry. The center is always at the center. That it's the vertex where the center is at the origin, then that's just going to simplify your calculation. So we always try to do that. And then, so that's going to be part A. We're going to find our equation. And then in part B, we're going to find the depth of the fire starter. So in other words, in other words, we're going to figure out this distance here. Sorry, I was confused. It's like, what do you mean the depth of the fire starter? Okay, yeah, it's labeled on the picture. Goody. Okay. So that's this distance here. So we'll talk more about that after we find our equation. So in our equation, we are going to first recognize that this is P, right? This is the distance, this is the focus, this is the vertex. So the distance from the vertex to the focus is P. This is an up-facing parabola, so we're going to have x squared. So x squared is going to equal something y, and that something is going to be positive, right? Because it's facing up, right? So if it was facing down, then it would be x squared equals negative something y. It's facing up, so that's x squared equals positive something y, and that something is going to be 4p. So you can see all of this down here. So x squared equals 4py. P is 1.7. So we multiply that by 4, we get 6.8. So x squared equals 6.8y. Again, this is centered at the origin for convenience, so that's all we have to do. So this is our equation. So yeah, pretty simple. As long as we understand the pieces, this is pretty simple. So now we're going to talk about B. So this is the answer to part A here. X squared equals 6.8y. So in B, we're trying to figure out this depth. This is not in line with the focus. Otherwise, this would be super easy. It would just be 1.7, right? So, but it's easy to assume sometimes that things are in line with the focus and just use P or whatever. It's not in line with the focus, so we can't do that. However, we do know that this whole distance is 4.5, right? This whole distance is 4.5. So if this is the origin and this whole distance is 4.5, then this distance is going to be half that. and it's going to have coordinates. Hold on. 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. So the coordinates of this point, right, we want to figure out this height here. This is at the origin, so height is going to be from the x-axis up. Okay? So the coordinates of this point that we're looking for is 2.25 because that's half of 4.5. Okay? Remember, this is the y-axis right here. So half of 4.5, so this is 2.25, comma, the y here is that depth that we are looking for. So whatever this y is, that's the depth that we are looking for. So if we plug this x into our formula, then whatever y we get is the depth that we are looking for, because again, this is the x-axis right here because we made this the origin. So if it helps, you can draw, oh gosh, I really missed, that's not in the right place at all. Okay. Switch back to pen. Wow. Yeah, not straight at all, but this is the x-axis right here. And this going through that stick thing this is the y-axis. And I know I didn't draw it well, but this depth goes from the x-axis up to this point. Okay. So if that helps you visualize, that's great. So all we have to do is plug 2.25 in for x, and whatever comes out as y is going to be our depth. So they did that here. So plug in 2.25, square it, divide by 6.8. So 2.25 squared divided by 6.8 is 0.7445. It goes on. They rounded to 0.74, which is perfectly fine. Since we're in inches, probably not going to be much more specific than that. Maybe 7.44, but yeah, that's fine. So we are at 0.74 inches deep. So the depth of this fire starting mechanism is almost 3/4 of an inch, right? It's almost 3/4 of an inch, not quite. Okay, hope that helps, and I will see you guys